Chapter 12 of The Autobiography of a Newspaper Girl by Elizabeth Banks. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Chapter 12 on the Bringing Out of a First Book. Some leaves from a diary kept in those days. September 14th, 1894. My book is published, and I have not been so happy since I came to London. I never quite realized how lovely a thing it was to be the author of a book until I got 24 copies tonight from my publishers. I've been so happy I have cried and laughed alternately all the evening. I spread the whole 24 on the floor and examined every one over and over again. I have given Dinah one and written my name in it. I told Judge to pick out whichever one he wanted and bring it to me, and I'd write his name in it. He grabbed one by a cover and brought it over and laid it in my lap, and I have written his name in it and sewed linen over it so he won't get the coloring from the picture cover in his mouth. I have spent all the evening reading the book through again, though of course I knew everything in it by heart. I shall take one to bed with me and read by the candle till I go to sleep. September 15th. I went out this morning at 8 o'clock to see if my book was prominently displayed on all the stalls of the underground and in the shop windows. It was too early, and none of the stalls and shops were open. I went out again at 9 o'clock, and it was still too early. At 10 I bought a ticket at the underground that would take me round the circle, and I got out at every station and looked for my book on the stalls. It was nowhere to be seen. I spent 6 cab fare and 2 bus fare going about the shops to look for the book, but there wasn't a sign of it. At several of the shops I asked if they had it, and they said they hadn't heard of it. I suppose it's a failure and nobody will buy it. I never have known such disappointment in my life, it seems to me. September 16th. I have been to all the stalls and bookshops again, and no signs of the book. I went this afternoon to see the publisher and asked him what was the matter that none of the shops had my book. He said it was only published on the 15th and it wasn't time yet. September 17th. The book was not at the stalls or in the shops today, and I went to the publisher again. I burst out crying when I got to his office. The publisher explained that it was all right, and that books were sometimes not displayed till several days after publication. He told me I could not expect things to move along in England the way they did in the United States. September 18th. There's nearly a column review of my book in the blank. I've been out again, and the book is nowhere to be seen. September 20th. The book is everywhere. I saw it at the underground station when I took my ticket for round the circle. I got out at every station and found it prominently displayed except in 2 stalls. At both places there were other books in front of it. One of the books in front of mine was 6. I bought it so mine would show. I couldn't afford it, but I didn't know of any other way to get mine a front place. At the next station, where I could not see my book, I asked the boy for it. He handed it to me, so of course I had to buy it. But when he wasn't looking, I pulled out a second one of my books from the back row and placed it right in front of all the others. September 25th. The book is now at all the shops, and it's in Moody's front window. The papers are treating me well. October. What the difficulty is in America I cannot understand. I expect to make more money there than in England. December. The book is out in America, but there is no copyright on it. I have tried my best to understand what all the trouble has been about, but I've been all this time without getting a glimmer of the meaning of the copyright law. All I can say is that it is unjust and cruel, especially to me, an American woman. I expected to make plenty of money in my own country by the publication of my experiences in England. I thought I would make as much as $1,000. January. I've just lost a chance of earning a lot of money. A man called this afternoon to ask if I would go into the music halls and "do a turn," as he called it. He said I was now the talk of London, and if I would sing a song about the American lady journalist, telling about my experiences as a servant, flower girl, crossing sweeper, and all the other things, illustrating each kind of work with a change of costume, and making gestures as though scrubbing, holding out flowers, wielding a crossing broom, and so forth, I'd make a great hit. He said that after several weeks in London I could go over and do America. He tried my voice, sitting down at the Tin Pan and asking me to sing something. I sang one of Dinah's Negro songs, and Judge joined in, the way he always does when there's any music. He said I had the sort of voice that would take in the halls, and that I could take Judge on the stage with me. He would advertise us as the American lady journalist and her poodle. He said I had some talent for acting, that I must have had a great deal, else I couldn't have done all the things in real life that I've done. He suggested a beginning in the halls, and then going into comedy as a soubrette. I considered his proposition very seriously, for I'm very much in need of money just now, but I have decided against it. End of chapter 12.